Hello everyone, you are watching Top 10 Unbelievable Videos. To live a life without regrets sounds like a simple quote. However, it is harder to accept this reality. In fact, there are many lessons in life that we learn too late. It does not mean that people are at fault in realizing it after it happened. It is more because the lessons are often learned only after a misfortunate situation occurs. Here is the list of 15 lessons most people learn too late in their life. See if you can relate to one or more of these points. If you're new to our channel, you're going to want to head on over and hit that subscribe button. If you're ready to have your mind blown, ring that notification bell as well, so you'll never miss another video. Number 1. Not being in the present. The simple rule of living in the present is not as easy as it seems. Expectations and future goals make people often forget to enjoy the present moment. This happens a lot, especially for workers who spend more than half of their days working, focusing on the task, believing that it will relieve misery in their future. This does not mean that people cannot enjoy the present. Start by being more aware of your surroundings. Appreciate every little thing around you. Feel your breathing. Living in the present is really good for people to feel more content, more peaceful, and less driven. Number 2. Settle for less. It is a good thing to secure for the future. However, finding security for the present is likely to result in less regret. Settling for less applies to many fields, from choosing a life partner to choosing a career. The urge to settle for less occurs because people, especially in their mid-20s, are experiencing a crisis in goals. And in balancing passion and social expectations, most often people choose the latter because they want to fit in, only to regret their decisions later in life. Number 3. Holding back decisions. There is a saying that it is better to try than never fully know the experience. Some people experience fear and anxiety, even to the level when these emotions cripple them. People are too afraid to take on an unfamiliar path or to try something new because they fear change. As a result, there aren't any experiences gained, and we miss what could be a stepping stone that will take us to a better living situation. This is often one of the lessons in life people realize way too late. Number 4. Getting priorities right. More people will come into your life as you enter teenage years and adulthood. You start making friends and eventually become independent. The sense of freedom and knowing we have so many people around us may lead to wrong priorities. We often prioritize friends more than families because we live with our families since we were born, so their presence is taken for granted. People eventually realize that parents and siblings do not live forever. Once they've had their time, they only regret not spending much time with them. Make sure to not discover this lesson in life later than you should. Number 5. Staying in a toxic relationship. Most people stay in a toxic relationship for various reasons. They don't want to lose a certain part of their lives when they decide to let go of a toxic relationship, either with a spouse or a friend. Staying in a toxic relationship will only damage your mental health and lessen your chance to find happiness. If the person is not right for you, you may as well leave now while you still have a chance. Number 6. Caring too much about people's opinions. There are certain expectations built in society that expect each one of us to turn into something that meets facade than standards. However, people are too unique and diverse. We cannot put all of them in the same box or the same category, otherwise not everyone will fit in that box. Sadly, so many of us care too much about other people's opinions, and instead of living our true selves, people wear masks. One of the lessons in life is that the facade is not worth the time, since no matter what people do, others will judge you, so it is better to be your true self. Number 7. Chasing money instead of knowledge. Being materialistic in a world where capitalism rules makes some people give up on their education and go their way to earn money for a living. While this choice is sometimes unavoidable, people then later regret their decision. Learn that it is also important to pursue education and gain knowledge. Knowledge is essential to sustain life in the long term. While money does not buy happiness, knowledge can help you manage your money to have even more happiness. Make sure you balance feeding your tummy and feeding your brain because learning is timeless. Number 8. Not having enough faith in fate. This is the case with people who are experiencing the low side of life. In this phase, often then that there is no way out to solve their problems. In extreme cases, some people choose a permanent solution over a temporary problem. The fate, however, always has its way of turning the chaos back into order. Some problems are eventually solved. You either change or learn one of the precious lessons of life after overcoming the storm. Number 9. Being limited by age. In certain cultures, people are limited by age. Women are perceived as having passed their expiry dates after 25 and considered less desirable for marriage. men in general are considered weird for having interests associated with youngsters only. The truth is, age is just a number. You could do anything without thinking that you're running out of time. The time is entirely up to you to decide. Number 10. Not asking for help when you need it. Being independent surely is a great virtue. That does not mean that you don't need anyone in your life. Ask for help if you really need it. You are not being a burden. You will be glad to know that there are some people on whom you can rely on and who can help you when you need their support. Later on in life, you will only regret that you never sought their help when you might have needed it. Number 11. Not traveling the world. Traveling the world has to be one of the best experiences anyone can have. While visiting another country itself provides a fresh view and scenery, the important lesson in life learned from traveling is the ability to appreciate and respect different cultures and perspectives. It opens the eyes to the unusual things we don't often find at our homeland. Therefore, before it's too late, plan to travel the world. Number 12. Not standing up for your beliefs. Are you afraid to speak out for what you believe in? Some people hold certain strong beliefs about certain causes, while you can see many people are being bold. Others do not feel brave enough. They are being too careful of speaking out loudly because they are anxious about the backlash it comes with. There is definitely nothing wrong with it, and it is relieving to stand up for your beliefs before you regret bottling them up. Number 13. Change requires your best. Change, well, it isn't easy. It doesn't happen naturally. You can't sit around and wait for the universe to hand you the life that you've always imagined. There's only one way to make any kind of real progress. You need to take the initiative, and you have to commit your whole self to it. This clearly means that you have to give 100% to whatever you consider vital for your success, and then see the results flowing in. Number 14. Complaining solves nothing. The average person wastes an unbelievable amount of their time in complaining about things, but this nature never solves any issues for anyone. There can be a way to let the steam off, but to complain will never fix anything. You will never be motivated to bring about a change in yourself. Whenever you complain, it's like you're burying yourself under a mountain of nags. Those little comments about the petty issues in your life will sum up to being a whole mountain inside of you. It gets harder and harder to dig yourself out from the burden of this negativity. So stop whining. Find a lasting solution now, otherwise you'll regret it later. Number 15. Value your spontaneity. Few people understand how valuable spontaneity really is. Being spontaneous means acting on your impulses and trying new things. It's about getting out of your comfort zone, being unpredictable and taking chances. Now this may not sound like a life-changing lesson, but think about this. How much of your life do you plan out ahead of time? You might be scheduling everything from the food you eat, the work you do, to the savings you've made. We all know that predictable routines are comfortable and safe. They give us a much-needed sense of stability in our busy lives, but too much of anything has a killer code to it. That's why we should appreciate our spontaneous streaks and get inspired and try new things before it's too late to try anything new. Regret is often inevitable, but time keeps flowing, so you have a chance to avoid not letting the lessons in life come too late by. If you like this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos in the future. Also, hit the bell icon to stay up to date and be the first one to watch our latest videos.